Hey, what's going on, guys? Happy Halloween. What's going on, little dragons? How are you feeling today? If you're feeling good, please do let me know down in the comments below. Drop a like on this video, guys. Share this video with all your friends and family and hit that subscribe button, guys, as it will help me out so very much. So today, happy Halloween to everybody watching this. Happy Halloween to everybody in the world, guys. This is a Halloween special. Don't usually react to these horrors kind of videos, to be fair, but I do check them out. I do love them, but I don't know. It never really gets to me. It never really I never really get it in my head to like react to those kind of videos, if you know what I mean. But still, because it's Halloween, guys, we've got a video to react to. I've been searching for videos all day and I found this nice video to react to. Top 10 serial killers that have not been caught yet, guys. Wow, actually, I think I've seen something like this before. I've seen a couple of videos about like not serial killers, but some really messed up people in history. Like there was this thing that a story that I've heard of someone who had AIDS, and he would get bits of his blood, he would go into the crowd and start injecting people and stuff like that. So you hear a lot of these messed up stories, guys. There's a lot more. There was one when there's this blind person. He gives a letter to somebody and he's like, could you post this to a house? And he's like, okay, it's an innocent blind guy. So what he does is he goes to the house and then he sees something sketchy about the house. So then he opens up the letter to see what it is, and it says, yo, this is the last guy I'm sending you. Don't ask me for any more, send me my money home or something. So he shows the police and the police do a raid, and then they find out that there's like a butcher inside, and it's human slaughter, they've got human meat in there. And some crazy stuff like that in history, guys. So it's really messed up. But guys, we're going to be reacting to this video. It's a Watchmojo video. Links to the original video will be in the description below. Happy Halloween to all of you, and yeah, let's jump right into this video, guys. Let's see. Let's get the angle right. Let's go.
Make sure to lock your doors and windows. Welcome to Watchmojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 serial killers who were never caught. Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we're looking at the maniacs that not only got away with their grisly deeds, but who to this day have never been successfully identified. Caution in advance, this content might be disturbing to some viewers.
Chris Bush was a known pedophile at the time of the murders, and he committed suicide after the last victim was killed.
Number 10, the West Mesa Bone Collector.
Why does this case remain unsolved after all this time?
On February 2nd, 2009, the bodies of multiple women were found buried together. They were mostly prostitutes and had all gone missing between 2001 and 2005. The gruesome discovery was made by a woman on the West Mesa of Albuquerque, New Mexico, who noticed a human bone while walking her dog. The investigation and excavation ensued, and 11 bodies and 1 fetus were uncovered, leading police to believe the work to be that of a serial killer.
I know who killed her, and I know who did it, and I know why. Okay, bye.
While there have been very few leads, investigators suspect that the killings might be linked to the yearly state fair, which draws large crowds and prostitutes to the area.
Police say they're not only going after prostitutes, but also child predators.
Number 9, the Atlanta Ripper.
Atlanta Ripper. I've heard about Jack the
In
Ripper.
1911, the Atlanta Ripper began his killing streak. By year's end, anywhere from 15 to 21 women's deaths were connected to the murderer, or murderers. The victims of the Ripper were all dispatched in the same way, their throats deeply slit. Each of the female victims was black and
Jack the Ripper. I know this story.
It wasn't until the 6th murder that police began to consider the possibility of a serial killer. Some speculate that the lack of a lead, as well as racial prejudice of the time, led to the delay of the investigations, and there ultimately several men were arrested, no charges were ever brought to court.
A lot of movies were inspired by this story, Jack the Ripper.
Number 8. Jack the Stripper, also
Jack the
known
Stripper.
as the Hammersmith Nudes murderer.
Oh god, I don't want to know about this.
We're not through yet.
My
This
guy Christian
murderer
Bale.
appeared and disappeared from the streets of London in the mid-1960s. This maniac earned the moniker Stripper by virtue of his habit of undressing his victims before dumping them. The victims, and 2 other possible victims, were all between the ages of 21 and 30, and frequently bore similar paint fleck marks, which was thought to point to where the murderer worked. However, despite evidence found, no arrests were made. John DeRose, chief superintendent
The one
of
in London.
Scotland Yard, had identified one Mungo, Ireland, as the most probable culprit. Unfortunately, around the time a possible link was made to Ireland, he killed himself via carbon monoxide poisoning. The truth of his guilt or innocence died with him. Number 7. The Phantom Killer. The Texarkana moonlight murders have spawned several urban legends and films. But in 1946, for the residents of the Twin Cities of Texarkana, Texas, and Texarkana, Arkansas, it was all too
The hell?
real. The first attack came against Jimmy Hollis and his girlfriend Mary Larry, who had parked their car on a secluded stretch of road known as Lover's Lane.
Sammy, move your hand.
Sound familiar? Both survived, though Hollis sustained several injuries and Larry was assaulted. About a month later, another couple wasn't so lucky. 3 weeks later, 2 teens were shot and killed. After that, a married couple was attacked, but only the husband died. Hollis and Larry were the best leads for the killer's appearance, stating that he wore a white hood. But when killing stopped, so did investigations. Number 6. The Servant Girl Annihilator.
Occupation. With the exception of the white one, everybody is a servant. 3 of them are cooks.
Between 1884 and 1885, the people of Austin, Texas were reeling in shock from a seemingly endless string of brutal murders. Each murder took place while the victims were in the so-called safety of their own beds. The Servant Girl Annihilator's name was devised by writer O. Henry in a letter penned to a friend, remarking, quote, "Town is fearfully dull, except for the frequent raids of the Servant Girl Annihilators, who make things lively in the dull hours of the night."
He was dragged outside and the job was finished out in the yard.
Well, that's one way to discuss an axe murderer.
Wendy, I'm home.
The murders ended suddenly on Christmas Eve 1885. Some believe they only stopped as he boarded a ship to begin his reign of terror elsewhere.
I promise I will kill again.
Number 5. The Oakland County Child Killer, also known as the Babysitter.
Why is it always children? What the hell?
Every parent's worst nightmare. Sadly, for 4 families in Oakland County, Michigan, that nightmare came true. Over 13 months, 4 children were kidnapped and murdered. The deaths resulted in the largest murder investigation in U.S. history to that time. Several witnesses came forward, but provided no concrete leads. One witness claimed to have seen one of the boys talk to a man in a blue AMC Gremlin, prompting investigators to inquire after every Gremlin owner in the country.
If he was involved, he should have been in jail. He should have been out the night Timmy was abducted.
Further leads have included everything from pedophile rings to satanic rituals for the reason behind the abductions. Answers about the killer or killers, however, remain elusive.
Is that good enough for the family? No, it's not.
Number 4. Charlie Chopoff. This vicious killer was known for targeting African American boys exclusively. He earned his ghoulish moniker from the brutal injuries he would inflict upon his victims. One of Charlie's victims did, however, survive his attack, and in 1974, police apprehended a suspect, Erno Soto. Caught in the act of kidnapping a Puerto Rican boy, Soto was brought in for questioning. The surviving boy said he thought he looked like his attacker, but he couldn't be sure.
Me next. My mother.
Despite confessing to one of the murders,
Exorcist.
Manhattan State Hospital, a psychiatric institution at which Soto was a patient, claimed Soto could not be guilty, but did say it was possible he could have slipped out on their watch. Number 3. The Long Island Serial Killer, also known as the Craigslist Ripper.
He makes 7 calls describing with graphic detail how he sexually tortured and killed Melissa.
This killer's been out of
the
the
hell?
In 2010, a police dog in training located the first body. It wasn't long before investigators found more in the area, alerting them to the possibility of a serial killer. As the area was probed further, bits and pieces of bodies were found up and down Gilgo Beach in Suffolk County, New York. All of the victims, disposed of over a 20-year period, were associated with the sex trade, several of them soliciting services over Craigslist. Almost nothing is known about this killer, except that he is morbidly prolific. The investigation is ongoing.
There are thousands of exploited servers on the internet, so he's not going to run out of victims anytime soon.
Number 2, Jack the Ripper.
I told you.
I gotta bring out Jack the Ripper.
One of the most notorious cases in history, this unidentified serial killer sent the Whitechapel district of London into a panic in the late Victorian era, after a series of ghastly murders was uncovered. It's hard to think of another killer who's inspired as much lore, research, or as many theories over his identity.
Yeah.
In part because of the extreme brutality of the killings and the taunts the killer sent the frustrated police, his name has taken on an almost
Johnny Depp.
aspect.
Jack the Ripper is a just man Holmes. He's executed, right?
The most famous tease came in the form of the From Hell letter, which was sent with half the kidney of one of his victims, who claimed to have eaten the other half. Before we identify our most notorious,
There's something I know
there
about
are
that story, I'll tell you.
dishonorable mentions.
Dishonorable. Stone.
Number 1, the Zodiac Killer.
I'm not the Zodiac.
Undoubtedly the most elusive killer in American history, the Zodiac Killer is like something straight out of a Hollywood nightmare. Also one to pen letters to the police, he did so by way of puzzles and complex cryptograms, boasting about his feats, and demanding that his letters be published on page 1 of the newspapers, or else the body count would rise. This killer would hunt his victims, usually young couples in secluded areas, before carrying out his work. Similarities in method and physical description have led some to postulate that the Zodiac and Phantom Killer may be one and the same. Regardless, the Zodiac has left a grisly legacy all his own.
This man was a terrorist, and a terrorist that was American grown.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from Watchmojo and subscribe for new videos every day.
Oh my god, my god. This video, I don't know, this is not scary, it's just absolutely disturbing, man, to think about. Yo, why are most of them pedophiles, and why is it all guys? Oh my. It's all to do with sex. Is there no other motive? What is that, like the only motive? Is that what they're trying to say? It's like that's the only thing that all of these murders have had in common. But the thing about Jack the Ripper is, I think if I'm not wrong, tell me if I'm wrong, but I think it was something to do with, it's actually a girl that did the murder. It was something to do with that. It was like some woman of higher power that like made it look like it was a guy that's killing, but it's actually a female that kills these prostitutes or something like that, if I'm not wrong. But that's something I heard about Jack the Ripper. But yeah, guys, these what else do I say? Serial killers, it just sounds good in films, Scream, those kind of movies. But when in real life, if you think about it, this sort of stuff in real life is just sickening to think about. There's a film I saw recently called Happy Death Day. It's not a film, it came out in 2017. There's two. There's Happy Death Day 1 and then there's Happy Death Day 2U. That's also a serial killer film, but it's a really good film. So I'll really suggest you guys watch that film. There's a bit of twists and that sort of stuff in it. And it's really good. If you're into those kind of serial killer films. To me personally, I'm into serial killer movies, I'm into horror movies. But reading about it, learning about this sort of stuff, seeing it in the news, I'm not a big fan of that. I hate it. It messes. I'm not scared of it. It just messes my brain up. That's all it does to me. But guys, hope you enjoyed this reaction. Yeah. Hope this Halloween all went well. For all of you younger people that are watching this right now, I feel bad that you can't go out trick-or-treating. No one actually knocked on my door for trick-or-treating. I don't think we're allowed, but I don't know. But that's a bit sad for you. You don't get to enjoy that. Hopefully things go right. Hopefully Christmas will be something that we can all enjoy together, or enjoy outside. We can actually go to places and I can enjoy it with other people. I'm just stuck in my house today. But yeah guys, happy Halloween. Hope you're all safe. Hope you're all happy. Stay blessed. Stay awesome. I love you guys. And yeah, don't forget to hit that subscribe button guys. Share this video if you enjoyed it. Drop a like. Let me know down in the comments below what kind of videos you want me to react to next. And yeah, I hope you have a nice day. And I'll see you in the next video guys.